Each one of us on this planet, 7.9 billion people, are seeking two things only. One is happiness, and the second one is success. And very interestingly, I found out that people know how to manage car, how to manage house, how to get married, how to have children, how to buy a house, but how to create happiness is definitely a topic to be considered of. And this is what we did research, and we asked people that what is happiness? And we got different answers. So you have to ask today one question, are you happy? How happy you are? And whether your happiness can be destroyed in 2 minutes, or 20 minutes, or 20 days, or 20 years. Happiness is one of the things what people seek. The second thing what people are seeking is success. You name achievement, fame, power, money. All these things come under success, satisfaction, peace, contentment, fulfillment comes under happiness. All these names are synonyms. So two things are the pillars, the main counters where we are doing actions. And when we ask one fundamental question that can we have a technology, can we have a process where we can create happiness and success, the model of 5 personality layers. What you're sitting here, we can only see some bodies here. That's the first layer of a personality, but there are 4 layers within it. As I mentioned, when we asked this question systematically, we came to a conclusion and very startling discovery that happiness comes from within, success comes from outside. So there are 2 truths. One is inside and one is outside. You can challenge anything on this planet, God, religion, this, that, but 2 things you cannot challenge on this planet is that what is inside you and what is outside you. So what is inside me and what is outside me? So when we started doing research on this, we figured out that there are basically certain fixed things which are there outside. Outside, we have to deal only with 4 things. Nature, because suddenly there can be an earthquake right now. Situations keep changing. The second one is situations. The third are people. That's the most difficult thing we have to deal because these are the unpredictable resources what we have. And the 4th thing is inanimate objects. And when we ask what is within us, then we come to this model which we have picked up from our ancient scriptures in Indian philosophy called as Panchakosha Model. There are 5 personality layers each one of us has. And that is where the whole challenge starts, that how to deal with this, how to understand this, and how to create a blueprint for happiness and success. So what are these 5 layers? Body, air, mind, intellect, self-identity. These are the 5 personality layers we have. The first one is body. Most of our attention goes on the body, but there are 2-3 things to manage at the body level. That is how we carry ourselves. Second, how we manage our words, because this is the key for success and happiness. Those people who are able to manage their words, they can create success and happiness. Those people who are not able to manage their words, they create a lot of turmoil, a lot of frustration, a lot of irritation outside and inside, and the success goes beyond. The second layer is the vital air. I hope you're all breathing right now, but most of us sitting here wouldn't know how many breaths we take in a minute. Do you know who is the longest living animal on earth? The longest living animal on earth is elephant. And there is one more in aquatic, that is the tortoise. The tortoise lives for 300 years, elephant lives for 150 years, dogs lives for 10 years. Human beings' average life is 80 years, and the research shows, this is the second layer I'm talking about. Research shows that on an average, human being takes around 10 to 12 breaths a minute. Please take a deep breath. Because after this session, you will realize that why this tortoise lives for 300 years, because it takes 3 breaths in a minute. The elephant takes around 5 to 6 breaths. Human beings take 10 to 12 breaths. If you have seen dogs, how do they breathe? And that's the reason they live for 10 to 12 years. So I think I'm inviting all of you that consciously I must take deep breath if I want to live longer and if I want to live healthy. So that's the second layer we have to manage. And that's what we take in the Panchakosha coaching model. The third layer I want to spend a little more time, because that is the most interesting layer in life, and that is emotions. What are you feeling right now? How many emotions do you have? Many people actually do not know what is the difference between brain and mind, because brain is located in the body and mind is where it is located. There is no clue for many people. Where is your mind right now? What is the location of mind? What is the function of mind? What is the definition of mind? I ask people this question, where your brain is located. Many people show it here. Maybe they see Nana Patekar movie more, because Nana Patekar says Chota Dimag, so the brain is not located here, somewhere else. And it's a toss question for everybody, that where is the mind is located. So let's come to one important aspect, that is a third layer. And if we are able to manage this layer, then we can manage the other 5 layers, and then we can create happiness and success. That's our goal. So the mind is located entire body. What is the proof that mind is located entire body? Because just now if you touch somebody and you get a touch from somebody, then you will be able to recognize, because you are not sleeping. Suppose you go to sleep and somebody touches you. That touch is not recognized because mind is not present there. The body doesn't go to sleep. The brain is functioning over time when we are sleeping, because we had a nice non-veg dinner, nice drink. The stomach has to actually work overtime to digest. So blood circulation goes on, heartbeat is going on, the body is functioning. The mind is the entity which goes to sleep. So I think today we got one interesting information, where the mind is located entire body. Now what is the function of mind? Feeling emotions. Very interestingly, how many emotions are there? How many emotions have we felt? And when we counted it scientifically and see how these emotions are functioning, it has a huge impact on the body. It has a huge impact on how we achieve our goal. It has a huge impact on how we create success, because mind comes in between our goal and mind comes in between our relationship, because I get bored in between. I get frustrated in between. I get irritated in between. So when we collated all these emotions, we found very interesting research which came out. What is this interesting research? That the number of negative emotions almost are more than double to 3 times of positive emotions, pleasant emotions. I think most of you would be watching movies on Netflix and on the screen, etc. Do you know why movies show these emotions? There are 2 emotions which most movies show. If you remove these 2 emotions from any movie across the globe, no movie can be made. No movie. So these 2 emotions are which one and why? These 2 emotions are love, and the second one is revenge, badla. You can take any movie what you have loved in life and see what you liked in that movie. Oh, the movie was so nice. What was there in the movie? The love factor. And the other factor, what is most shown by the movies, is the revenge. Why is that? These 2 emotions are showed in the movies, and even the advertisements, they show these emotions because of one important reason, and that is we are all of us 7.7 billion people on this planet are least expressed on this emotion. We can't say I love you to anybody or any time, because we only say to 1 person or 2 person. You try just looking at somebody and the somebody would start doubting what you want. You can just pick up phone call and tell your mom, dad, I love you. The mom, dad will ask you, oh, what do you want? Are you okay? So love is always questioned and doubted, so people go in the movie and watch. And the second one is revenge. All of us are having some revenge, and that's the reason we go in the movie and watch when one hero comes and kills 10 villains. And then when I went and watched one movie where Salman Khan comes and slaps one politician, there were claps in the theater. Because we have so much of anger in us to do certain things, but we can't kill a cockroach. And we run away with a lizard. So what we'll do with this? All these things we go in a movie and express. So now, very important thing is that when we see this buffet of emotions what we have, this actually tells us that the number of negative emotions are 3 times more than the positive emotions. That's the reason negativity sells in the media. There is a saying in the media that negativity sells because the number of negative emotions are 3 times more inside us. And that's the reason, suppose somebody says that, okay, this murder has happened, this affair has happened, suddenly we go into look into it. But suppose somebody says that, oh no, this person has planted 100 trees. We don't read that in detail. Our mind gets attracted towards negative emotions, negative news more than the positive news. Suppose I have a habit of worrying, getting irritated, getting frustrated easily, more than 1,00,000 thoughts pass through our mind. And that's the reason people sitting in AC room, people not doing much work at physical level feel tired because the brain and the mind consumes maximum energy. After entire office, a person can go in the gym and do workout or play football. But when the mind layer is managed, then we can create that happiness, because one of the starting discovery, what we saw, that happiness is an emotion. So one question we need to ask, that if happiness is my emotion, from where do emotions come? From outside or inside? Definitely we come to know that emotions are coming from inside. Then why am I not able to manage it? Why am I not able to create happiness whenever I want? Whatever time I want. So, emotions comes from within. I create it, I experience it, so I can only change it. And that is a technique to manage the third layer, that is a emotion part. Now the next layer is very, very interesting, the intellect layer, which is called as a Vignyaanamaya Kosha, Buddhi. Today will be a startling discovery for those who are sitting here and those who would be watching this video, that they will understand today that there is a distinct difference between mind and intellect, man and buddhi. The function of the mind is feeling emotions. The function of the intellect is to think, to analyze, to compare. And that's the reason there is a conflict going on between us, between the intellect and the mind. And the conflict is huge. I want to do something, I feel like doing something else, but I'm doing something else only. The whole conflict happens. We can take a simple example. Many of us decide that, from tomorrow I'm going to do dieting. From tomorrow I'm going to do exercise. From tomorrow I'm going to actually, work out and make my body a little slimmer and healthier. I should run at least 5 kilometers without panting. And then morning happens and the alarm is set, and then the body is sleeping, body is not interested to get up. The mind says, come on, we'll do it day after tomorrow. इतनी भी क्या जल्दी आ रहो जब जीना है बरसों. Intellect is telling, the buddhi is separate from the mind and says that, okay, no, get up. When the mind and body comes together, the intellect gets divorced and then the alarm goes off and I go to sleep. The goal comes in the intellect. So success, goal comes in the intellect, happiness comes in the mind. And suppose we are able to marry these two. Suppose we are able to create congruence in these two. We have a technology, we have a blueprint to create happiness and success, and these are the only two things humanity wants. This very interesting conversation happens between people who is very emotional and one who is very intellectual. I give a joke sometime that one couple went to Taj Mahal after getting married for honeymoon. The woman was emotional, the guy was civil engineer and highly intellectual. When they both went and saw Taj Mahal in the moonlight, the girl was feeling a lot of emotions, and she see the love symbol. And the guy was highly intellectual. He was saying, no, I think I can see the yellow thing in the marble, and how many kilos the Taj Mahal would have used, how many kilos of marble this Taj Mahal would have used. So the intellectual people start analyzing, comparing, logic, and the emotive person is emoting, and when these two people come together, the whole chemistry happens. And this is what happens in the relationships, this is what happens in the office, this is what happens in the life, that how to deal with these different kinds of personalities. And the last layer which is there, that is a self-identity layer, which is a very, very deeper layer. In this, our memory is there. In this, our self-image is there. So one important question we can ask today: what is your image about yourself? And what is other people's image about you? Second question. And the third, what is the image you want other person to have about you? Third question. So we deal in this coaching model about these three, that what do you think about yourself? What is your image about yourself? And do you want the same image to be there, or you want to be a better version of yourself? One of the laws what we came across this Panchakosha model was the inside controls the outside. Not that the paristhiti should control the manasthiti. The manasthiti should control the paristhiti. And then we can create happiness and success. I must not get disturbed by the paristhiti, the situation, the people, the resources and the objects. I must be able to make a difference. And there are some people, everything happens to them. They ask, why me? And there are some people who always wonder what is happening. So number one, people, first time, wherever they go, they make things happen. Second, things happen to them. Third, wondering what is happening, the life goes. So this Panchakosha coaching model, actually, it's a new idea on this globe, which is going to redefine the coaching industry, which is going to tell us that when we want to create happiness, success, we want to create this congruence in these 5 layers. Whatever we are aware of, we can manage. Whatever we are not aware of, manages us. Am I aware of my body? Am I aware of my breath? Am I aware of my emotions? Whatever I am not aware of manages me, and I am not even aware of that. So in this journey, we actually make people aware, because awareness precedes management. This is a very important distinction between awareness and management. Awareness precedes management. Whatever I am aware of, I can manage. Only those things. And it's very interesting that we are not aware of ourselves. How do I breathe? How do I behave? How do I emote? What am I thinking? What is my goal? What is my self-image? And when we are able to manage this, the inside will control the outside, and then there will be happiness and success. So, just to conclude, this is a journey. You can take it from who you are to who you want to become. This is a journey you can take from where you are to where you want to go. And this is a journey from what you have, this Panchakosha, becoming aware of that, what you want to achieve. And what we want to achieve are only 2 things: happiness and success. Welcome to the world of happiness and success through Panchakosha model. Thank you very much.